Are you kidding me? Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Above Average Baseball Show with your host, TheKingSource. We got a lot of subjects to cover today. We're going to have some fun. I don't have a lot of time again, but we'll get through all of our subjects and have a question and answer session. So let's go ahead and take a look at the agenda. New font today. We'll have a little fun with it. So the Red Sox forged documents against the Yankees, and story to the Red Sox. We'll talk a little bit about that and why it does make sense. Judge, not Aaron Judge, by the way. This is a federal judge ordered a letter allegedly, and I use that word on purpose, showing Yankee sign stealing to be publicized. We're going to talk about John Sterling and his home run calls, and we'll go into that a good bit. And then we'll talk about a Torres for Hendricks trade that was proposed by the Cubs and the Yankees turned down. Then MLB forces back one of the most brain-dead rules in baseball history. Then Judge and Gallo extension, we'll talk about them. And then we're still trying to figure out why Correa went to the Twins. And we'll talk about that a little bit. The Yankees, they botched a few positions. They haven't added anybody, and it could hurt the team. We will talk about it. That's why I have this background. We're going to talk about the Yankees botching moves. New York mayor, he's lifted the mandate. Yankees players going to play every game. I knew that was coming the whole time. And then mid-season form live, we'll talk about that one. So we'll go right into it. Red Sox forged documents against the Yankees. I was given a message from a rival exec in which they gave me proof and told me not to share it yet. It cannot be shared yet. I could be held liable. Charges could happen. A whole bunch of stuff. But I was told not to share it. But it proved the Red Sox faked this letter. And I'll get more into that in a bit. But the Red Sox faked documents against the Yankees, get them suspended for cheating as well. Because Red Sox didn't want to be caught by themselves. So they did fake things against the Red Sox. I'll get more into that in a bit. We'll go ahead and move on, and then we can go more in depth on that. The story to the Red Sox does not make a lot of sense. It never has to me. He grew up a lifetime diehard Yankees fan, a Derek Jeter fan. He swore, while as a Rocket a few years ago, he would never consider the Red Sox under any circumstances. Why did he sign there? Why did he sign there? Something is off with this one. I can't figure it out. The one thing that makes sense is that last statement there. He was forced there. 3 different MLB execs told me they think he was forced there by the MLB. They rigged it. That he was going to sign with the Yankees, but the MLB forced him to the Red Sox to rig his location, where he signs. Remember the MLB catcher John Buck? I played baseball against him in Utah, in the Salt Lake area. He went to Taylorsville High School. I went to Granite. He could never throw me out. We became friends because he couldn't throw me out. He became an MLB star catcher with the Rangers, Angels, and a few other teams. I asked him about this, and it's been about 2 years ago, about player destinations and that. And he said every player in the game believes the MLB forces where most players go. Okay? I believe that too. I've seen the evidence. I think it's one of those moves where the MLB forced it to happen. They didn't want the Yankees getting a shortstop for some reason, so they forced it to happen. I think that's what this move was. So let's go ahead and go back into this one. The judge ordered the letter out that to be publicized that supposedly shows Yankees cheating. It does not show that. In all actuality, I was told this by 4 different MLB execs who have read it. I'm not going to say what teams they're connected to. Don't ask that. I'm not allowed to because of the illegal ramifications here. But they all said they know for a fact that letter will not show the Yankees cheated, but will in fact show the Red Sox faked everything to get the Yankees for cheating. That's what the letter shows, according to MLB execs who have read it. The Red Sox are going to get exposed this year. If you thought they were hated by Yankees fans before, just get ready for this. They're going to be the most hated franchise in history. They'll overtake the Astros again. That's what is in that letter. That's why the Red Sox faking thing is so huge. I can see the Red Sox banned from the postseason, and every player on the roster released, and them not being able to get anybody because of this. I can see Shyam Bloom, and it is Shyam, not Hyam, Shyam. I asked a Jewish friend of mine. They said, you pronounce the C, but very lightly. I could see the owner of the Red Sox. I could see Cora all banned from baseball. I'm told to keep an eye on all 3 of them. They could be banned from baseball. Those things, something a little weird going on with this eyeball. Or this one, excuse me. It seems a little bit off. Let me know if you're seeing the same thing. It just seems a little bit off here, as if it's off kilter. Anyway, so this is part of the cheating I broke over a couple months ago. That's something after the lockout would force it all out into the public. This is probably it. So be ready for this letter to come out and the Red Sox to get hammered, guys. Just checking on things. There we go. And I wanted to talk about this one today. John Sterling is either great or horrendous with his home run calls. There's no in between. His Downtown Goes Frazier is one of the worst. Stantonian or Judgian Blast. Those are terrible names. Terrible things to do for home runs. I hate those. Weird calls. The great one is All Right, Here Comes the Judge. That's great. I love that one. Another terrible one is Giancarlo Nociso Te Parlo. How would you pronounce that one? It should be Giancarlo Goes Gone Carlo. Simple, rhymes, is great. This one is bad. I mean bad. I still haven't come up with one for Josh Donaldson. The best one I could think of is Josh Squashes It. Or it's the Josh Squash. Use that first name in Squash. It makes a lot of sense to me. But those home run calls are bad. And Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, I'm not exactly sure what you can do with that one. Maybe you probably have to use first name on that one because Kalefa, you're not going to find anything. Isaiah, I'm just not going to open the thing. But John Sterling, some of his calls are amazing. A lot are horrendously bad, and they're getting worse, it seems like. Like Glaber Day. That's straight up mockery to Gleber Torres. There's no A in that name. It is Gleber or Gleber, but it should be pronounced Gleber, according to my aunt from Panama, who's from that area, same area as Torres. He's an island a couple 100 miles off the coast of Panama. But it is Gleber. There is no A in that one. So that one's one of the worst ones. I hate that one. I hate that one. It should be something like Leave It to Gleber, which works perfectly. There are so many good ones. I'm not sure which one to use this for DJ LeMahieu, but that's a hard one. So I just want to talk about this. Sterling, he can be great with these or horrendous with them. There's no in between him, it seems like. So yeah, it might be time for him to retire, get somebody else in there. When you stick to the rhymes, they're so much better. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. But yeah, keep in mind, he's either great or horrendous with these. There's no in between. Let's talk about this trade offer. The Cubs called up the Yankees, knowing the Yankees needed another starting pitcher, and they still do, and we'll get into this more, and offered them straight across Kyle Hendricks for Gleber Torres. The Yankees turned it down. The Yankees turned it down. The Yankees turned it down. The team desperate for a starting pitcher got offered one of the better pitchers in the game, straight across for Torres, and the Yankees turned it down. You've got to be kidding me on this one. You've got to be kidding me on this one. And by the way, it was not Cashman that turned it down. I was told straight up it was Hal. Cashman took it to Hal with their agreement in place and said, can you sign off on this? And Hal nixed it. You can blame Hal. And I keep hearing all this stuff about how Cashman is the issue. He is not. The whole issue is Hal Steinbrenner. Hal Steinbrenner is a complete issue with the Yankees. It is not Brian Cashman. Do I make myself clear here? Cashman keeps taking moves to Hal to sign off on them, which he has to do. It's the way baseball works. All owners have to sign off on their moves. And Hal keeps nixing them. This is another one. This has been a great one. A top three in the rotation of Cole, Hendricks, Severino would be about as good as anybody in baseball. Probably better than anybody in baseball. So where do the Yankees turn for pitching after this? I still think the A's. Still keep an eye on the A's. If the trade is not by the end of the day tomorrow, it's almost impossible to get a player in and used to the team by opening day. So keep that one in mind. Hal did it again. The Ghost Runner is back. Brain dead crap. MLB forced it back. The least they could have done is put like 13th or 14th inning, as some were saying. Let him play regular extra innings, get rid of the stupid Ghost Runner that actually prolonged games. The time that the Ghost Runner has been there, the average extra inning game is 2 innings longer than when there's no Ghost Runner. Dead serious. The Ghost Runner needs to be banned. I don't know why it is there. It needs to be banned. Okay? Judge and Gallo extensions. Judge has been offered an extension. Actually, a couple of weeks ago, Yankees were very careful with their verbiage to hide it. But the extension has been offered. I was told 8 years, $240 million. Right on the $30 million AAV. It would start next year, would not affect this year. I think this year they just set him wherever they agreed to with the arbitration. They could throw a 9th year in there for this year. I don't think they do. So they are working on that one. With Gallo, Joey Gallo has offered a 6-year extension for about $68 million. Seems fair to me, right? It seems fair to me. I'll be honest. That seems fair to me. But he turned it down because he wants to bet on himself And he wants somewhere around 6 years and 150 million, 25 million per. He's not going to get it. Even if he has a 15-month season this year, he's not going to get it. He might get 20 million per. So he might touch 120 million. I think he resigns to the Yankees this next offseason. I do, just based on what I've heard, the market for him, everything. I think he re-ups with the Yankees. He likes being a Yankee, and he's looking pretty good this year in spring training. He's hit a home run today, a 3-run shot. Go ahead home run in the 6th inning before the single A and rookie pitchers blew it. But he looks pretty good. So Gallo, talked to him about what's next with the Yankees. Did not get it done. Judge, I think they get it done. I am very, very surprised it's not done already. And at this point, I'd actually be a little more surprised if it doesn't pop out after the season. Just saying. Still trying to figure out this stupid Correa to the Twins signing. I don't get it. For the life of me, I do not get it. I don't know who can figure this one out. Could anybody figure this one out? Seriously. Why did he go to the Minnesota Twins of all teams? Why? I messaged Boris Court, member of, they represented me when I tried to have a baseball career. And I was told there is a plan in place involving next offseason. That's all I got, which tells me he is probably using this to bet on himself and then try it again next year. By the way, my hair is not red. I do not know why it's showing red on the camera. My hair is actually blonde. It's a dark blonde, but it is blonde. I don't know why it's showing red on the camera. It's a little weird. Looks okay. Looks pretty nice, but yeah. He does have opt-outs after the first 2 seasons. So that kind of tells me there's protections built in. Like he has a bad 2022. Okay, he's going to stay with the Twins another year and try to build the value up. He has a great year in 2022. Oh, he's opting out. He's opting out probably just trying to get on the Yankees again. This is about the only thing that makes sense with the Correa signing. It's about the only thing that makes sense. Moving on. Yankees have botched several positions big time. Starting pitching is the first. Why haven't they gotten a starting pitcher? The biggest need of all, and they have not addressed it. It's too easy. They could call up the A's, offer Torres and Peraza, and have the deal done very quickly. And with Peraza, why is he not batting left-handed this spring? Known switch hitter. Switch hit ever since the Yankees signed him. He's not batting switch. Why? Anybody answer that one for me? Why? Something's off there. But if they offered those two, if they would get Manaea very quickly, they could probably even get Ricky Montez. So Manaea fits better being a left-handed pitcher. To me, the Yankees need a left-hand pitcher between Severino and Cole. And Gumby, Jordan Montgomery cannot be that pitcher. He has not proved it yet. It would take a Sean Manaea. And it is Manaea. People like to pronounce it Manaea. That is not correct. A-E-A is Ea in Spanish. Again, my Panamanian aunt told me that one. So the Yankees, that's only one position. Another position is shortstop. Unless Isaiah kind of fluff it back to a 300 with 20-plus home runs, complete flop. Complete flop, banking on prospects I think will flop themselves. I've watched Anthony Wolf every bat he's had this spring. He does not look good. Defensively, he barely looks competent at the position. He does not look big league ready or even close to it. Doesn't look like he'll be big league ready for at least 3-4 years. So I'm very worried. Peraza looks defensively completely big league ready. So does Oswald Cabrera, another switch hitter. But their bats aren't there. I'm not saying anything tells me they'll be able to hit at the MLB level. With Oswald Cabrera, he looks so good defensively. I'd put him that shortstop over Isaiah Kiner Falefa and just let the bat develop at the big league level. Just see what happens. Just saying. So, shortstop, pitcher, there is another position. That's outfield. They should have brought in another outfield. They do have 3 guys that could be fill-ins here. We have Ronald Guzman, Marwin Gonzalez, who looks like he's locked up a bench spot. He's hitting that well. Esteban Florio. No, he's cheap on the 40-man. We'll probably see him at some point. And then Ender Inciarte. Gold glove, platinum glove center field right there. I think he has a great chance of making it just because of that defense. But Marwin Gonzalez, I think he's going to make it. Switch hitter, good pop both sides of the plate, swinging a good bat. So they have options there. But they needed a starting center fielder, not a bench guy. I would have traded Hicks to try to bring a starting center fielder. There was lots available. There's still a few available. You're not going to get Brian Reynolds. Don't even ask about that one. He's not going anywhere. Pirates are building around him, just like Jose Ramirez with the Indians. The Indians are building around him. The type of offer it would take to get either of them, it's probably going to be your top 5 prospects of any team. Just saying. So, the Yankees botched it. They could have fixed this. They could have brought another reliever. They have good depth. They probably could use the other back-end reliever. They botched it completely. There's no way to put other way to put it. No beating around the bush. No beans. They botched it. They botched it. I called it as soon as the stories came out that what's his name, Randy Levine would lean on New York and force the mandate out, and it happened the exact way I said it would. By the way, Cohen and Hal laid the law down. They said to the New York mayor, if you do not lift it, at least for players, we will stop paying the $100 million per team owed to the city every year. And I'm not exactly sure what that is. It might be stadium building stuff. I don't know, but combined about $225 million to the teams that would pay the city every year. And they said they would refuse to pay it if you didn't lift it. So they basically blackmailed him lifting it. I knew it would happen the whole time. I would have been surprised if it didn't happen. So as I said, the Yankees are going to be fine. I knew it from the beginning. Rizzo, Judge, all of them. Mid-season form is an out-and-out lie. Every athlete out there hates this. There is no such thing actually mid-season form. What that means, if you did not know, is a player who looks very good right at the beginning of the season. Like they're playing as if they've been playing for a while. Like they're already back in sync and everything. There's no really such thing as mid-season form. Either you're playing early or you're not. I hate that term, mid-season form. Everybody in sports hates it. It's just a brain-dead term, okay? Pay no attention to it. It's annoying as all get out. It's just not an outlier. You cannot be in mid-season form, period. There's no such thing. It just means you're playing very well. We need to rephrase it or something. It just means you're playing smooth. You have great at-bats, all of it. So that is that portion of the show. If you have any questions, go ahead and be dropping those questions now. And, yeah. I'll take questions for a few minutes. There are a few rule changes coming up on the next week's show. I'm going to be talking about dealing with cheating. They're addressing sign stealing and foreign substances. And exactly as I said would happen, pitchers found a way to use foreign substances even after the bans were implemented. And I think they will continue to do it because the Rays can't win without their foreign substances. Neither can the Jays or Red Sox. There are 3 teams on the MLB's list that are rampantly using it. Oddly enough, that the Yankees are only looking at 3 pitchers, and they said they're not even sure they're using it. One is Garrett Cole. I'll admit that. But yes, I'll get a lot more into it next week. They'll be on the show and that. And I'm going to go ahead and mark it down on my list here real quick. There we go. That one is added for next week's list. I keep a list on my computer of what my subjects are. And then once I've compiled all my subjects, then I go create all the slides that you see on your screen. It's got a message somebody saying they were not allowed to comment on the comment section. I don't know how many of you are that way. I don't know what it shows on your side, but my side showing 132 people are watching this right now. So go ahead and ask questions, all of you. I'm checking my source right now to see if there's anything I need to drop. Michael Conforto remains unsigned. That is a surprise to me. I thought he'd be signed. At this point, if I'm the Yankees, I might call him up and say, 1 year, $2.5 million. Take it or leave it. Another person just mentioned that. I did not turn comments off. I did not do anything with the comments. I left it open. I can check it again. But I left it open for comments. Nope, that one. And I'm having massive computer errors right now, too. It's running slow and it should not be. That's why I bought 32 gigs of RAM. It's really making me angry. Whole screen just locked up again. Not just internet screen. It's the whole desktop screen. And it just did it again. That's why I bought 32 gigs of RAM. This is driving me berserk. With 32 gigs of RAM, this should never happen. At all. Really, with 16 gigs, let alone 32. Now, and again, are you kidding me? This is why I upgraded the computer and bought 32 gigs of RAM to avoid this very issue. This is driving me berserk. And again, you have got to be kidding me. Only this time it is just the Explorer I'm using. Internet Explorer device or system, not my computer. I'm gonna check here. I'm just gonna see if by chance comments was turned off. I left it on, but I'm gonna check. And I don't know if you noticed, I'm over 750 subscribers now. And counting, by the way. I'm very sure it's going to be over 1,000 million in March is the way it's going. Thank you, Jack Curry. Ever since Jack Curry attacked me, my subscribers just exploding. And I'm actually getting over 100 post-live views on every video. Every live video and on my other videos as well. And it locked up again. This is why I got 32 gigs of RAM. This is exactly why I got 32 gigs of RAM to stop this from happening. With 32 gigs of RAM, nothing should ever lock up. Okay, I'm going to come down here. I'm checking right now. I'm seeing if my computer locked up again. And it's never the CPU that locks up or the hard drive. It's always the RAM. I did not put any tags in it. Oopsie. Let's go ahead and add tags here. It'll let me. Oh, let's get that letter. A couple of letters out of there. And if this keeps going and I get enough, I won't even have to share it out. Everybody else will be sharing it out for me. Let me finish this, and then I'm going to check on another place. There's 2 different places where the comments can be turned off. Oh, I do need to activate that one. And it locks up again. Are you kidding me? This is why I got 32 gigs of RAM. You've got to be kidding me, and that's not right. Right there. Okay. Checking the other place now. Yeah, the chat is active. The chat is active. So if you're not able to comment, it's on your end. I can tell you that one. Let's go check over here. And again, I just checked. Comments are active. It is not on my end. If you can't comment, it's on your end. And yes, you can disable your own ability to comment, or YouTube can if you've been rude or commenting wrong or something, okay? Keep that in mind. It locks up again. Are you kidding me? This is why I got 32 gigs of RAM. So this would never happen. Man, let's go check this. Nothing there. Let's go back and check questions. Nothing. Go for, yeah, maybe a few minutes. We'll see. I'll continue checking things. Another couple players that are surprisingly still available. Chris Archer and Johnny Cueto. Or Cueto, however you pronounce his name. It's a weird one. I'm surprised. I thought a team would grab them just to have a solid veteran in their rotation. Marlins need a starter. I'm surprised they haven't gone and grabbed one of them and just get the solid veteran. A team like the Giants lost 4 starters, including Cueto, or however you pronounce it. I'm surprised they haven't re-signed one of them, just to add some depth. And by the way, I'm seeing a lot of people think DJ LeMahieu is going to be on the bench. No, he is not. I cannot say it emphatically enough. He is the starting baseman and leadoff man. That is a done deal. He will be at the front of that lineup every game. He will be at second base. You do not replace a gold glove, platinum glove second baseman that bats over 300 with Torres. You just don't do it. Luke Voigt hit a home run today with the Padres. Spring training, but still. I'm going to watch it here and kind of give analysis on it a little bit here. Once the video finally plays.
Fly ball to deep left field. Luke Voigt with a home run to the back of the berm.
Just a hanger. That's basically all that was, just a hanging fastball. Remember, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, drop a like on the video, comment, it helps everybody out. Go ahead and say that before I wind it down here. Now I'm getting a lot of people saying that they cannot get into the comments section. It is active. There is nothing on my end. It is active. One guy here is saying 5 years, $185 million for Aaron Judge. That's like $38 million a year. That ain't happening. That's not happening. $37 million a year, I think it is. That's not happening. That's not happening. He's not going to get more than about $30 million a year. Speaking of Judge, it's just not happening. All the experts are saying that. Got at least 10 different people telling him they cannot get into the comments section. I do not know what is going on. Comments are active. My computer locks up again. With 32 gigs of RAM, this is literally impossible. I'm a trained computer tech. That's why I went to 32 gigs of RAM. There'd be more RAM than I could ever use. The only time with 32 gigs of RAM, this should happen if you're video gaming and live streaming at the same time. And even then, it shouldn't happen. Because even then, you should only use about 20 gigs max. For a long-time friend of mine said the name of the show, the Above Average Baseball Show, there's a clever name. I came up with myself. Everything on the show, on my channel, I came up with myself. The graphics, all of it. I do the graphics. I do everything. So, this guy says Higashioka will be better than Sanchez. You heard it here first. No. Including today, Higashioka did not play today. So we should say yesterday. At the end of the game yesterday, he had given up 3 pass balls. Sanchez has yet to allow 1. And yes, he's catching for the Twins. And no wild pitches allowed by Sanchez either. Higashioka's allowed 2. And I have a little screen up in the corner when I'm on my back end, and it is acting up a little bit, a little weird. See anything else? Rob Brantley hit a home run today, and it was a bomb. I think it landed 60, 70 feet beyond the fence. He'd be my backup catcher. I'd probably roll with Brantley and Rortvedt because that's how bad Higashioka is. You'll notice that they're just teeing off on Yankees right now when Higashioka's behind the plate. Also, this Maxwell guy is. I'm not sure who he is, but not a good catcher. Because Higashioka, he telegraphs every pitch. Just his pattern. Seems to have learned his pattern, learns what he likes to call. And by the way, baseball you might not know about, the pitcher must, at the minimum, simulate getting the pitch from the catcher, even if he gets it from the dugout. Now, if your right-hand pitcher on the first base dugout is your dugout, it's very hard to peek. You could do it. They can peek. And vice versa. So, Jimmy Rondazzo said, 3rd time's the charm. Retweet it. You could win a All Rise 99 t-shirt. I'll go ahead and do that. Just play with him. Play his game, And another one just told me they couldn't comment. To be honest, I don't know what's going on with that. Because on my end, everything is set up for comments. You can't get on. And this is the chat, not the comment section. Everything is on my end. There's no issues on my end. One of the things I was doing there was messaging YouTube about the issue. And they said everything works on my end. It has to be on the viewer's end. When Kyle got in, he was able to put a comment on there. So, I think I'm going to wind this one down. Oops. There we go. Been a fun one. Time to wrap this up. You saw everything we talked about from the Red Sox cheating. Another one. They always cheat. The Yankees botched positions. Trying to make sense of storing Correa's destinations. Neither make any sense at all. To other subjects, the Judge and Gallo extension talks, all of it. Hope you had fun. I had fun. Yeah. I think we'll go ahead and wind this one down. Remember to like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and everything. And hope everybody has a great day, and watch the views go up. After this show, you'll probably see go up over 100. Have a great day, everybody.